you're a man who plays with a lot of confidence. You go for your shots. You try and entertain all the time. But what's been missing now the last few months?
I just think the standard is so high. As soon as you lose a game or lose a couple of games in a row through no fault of your own, there's just no easy draws. You've got people that are playing really well now. You're starting in sort of the first round, so it's very hard to get any run going. You've got to win a lot of matches to get to the last 16, and then you're playing people that normally you'd have only won one game to play before. So it's very hard to keep the momentum for 7 games in a tournament now.
Yeah, but you're one of those guys that, you know, you're a top player, and every time, you know, you're one of the favourites to win any tournament. I mean, do you feel that you have that confidence that you might have had a few years ago, or you're sort of trying to search to get it back a little bit?
Yeah, the confidence is nowhere near what it was when I first broke through. I think my all-round game is 100 times better, but the confidence is the big thing for me. I do need that confidence, and if I can get that back, then I think I could go for sort of a season or two winning 4 or 5 events like Ding did a couple of years ago.
Do you think when you look back on maybe the World Championship only, you know, 8 or 9 months ago, you know, that semi-final, had you got through that and maybe gone on to win the World Championship, do you think those sort of matches, do they linger in the back of your mind still, or do you look back and say, oh, that's gone now, let's just look forward?
No, that was a great chance for me to win it, I think. And in the end, the reason I lost, I put much too much pressure on myself. Yeah. That was the only reason I lost that. And 90% of the games I lose nowadays is because I feel like I shouldn't be losing to the players. I've got such an expectation of myself that a lot of the times is a bit of a hindrance, and I need to let that go. And all these players I'm playing in the Masters, I think for me, every game is sort of a 50-50. So for me, it's probably better that I haven't put as much pressure on myself. Sometimes I just feel like I'm playing people that I should beat quite easy, and as soon as it goes close, I get a little bit embarrassed, and just some really bad thoughts that shouldn't be going through my head. So I need to just go back to when I was enjoying it, when I was sort of 21, 22, and just going for my shots, and rather than trying to win too much. Yeah.
Is it the fact that that you are an entertainer, that you sort of put yourself under more pressure to entertain the crowd and go for those more shots that sometimes actually cost you these matches?
Yeah, I think some of the shots I go for can be real confidence denters if I miss them or if I cue them badly. And on the other hand, if they go in and I'm screwing back the length of the table, I know I'm cueing perfectly. So sometimes it can be hard, but for me, it's what I'm all about, and I probably will never change it. I know I play a little bit more defensive than I used to, but if I can get my confidence back to where I was, then I'll completely change my game back to just going all out potting again.
Do you feel like sometimes you have to live up to that sort of, you know, title, as it were, you know, and all the time, basically?
No, I just feel like there is a gap now. I feel like even though a lot of the players that are playing well, I still feel like if I can improve to that next level, then I can sort of take the game by storm and win 4 or 5 events. But at the moment, I wasn't practicing hard enough, and a lot of things I need to change. My technique was sort of to slip up under pressure, and I was starting to get a little bit twitchy. So I went away and worked at that, and hopefully now it's all sorted.
And I mean, Judd Trump, when we see you around the circuit, you know, you're quiet, shy, unassuming lad. What do you like? You know, for people who are watching at home, what do you like away from the table? What do you like to do? What are your interests? We know you like flash cars and nice holidays and that.
I've kind of gone off that all a little bit now. I've kind of matured a little bit now. I'm trying to invest my money and stuff like that, get a lot of houses. Next thing is hopefully a nice big house that I can stay in for a while. But other than that, yeah, I like to enjoy myself. I don't really go out as much now, but I like to go shopping and watch other sports and take inspiration from sort of the leaders of other sports.
Yeah, because, you know, if you follow you on Twitter, you know, you used to have a lot of pictures posts of Vegas parties and stuff like that. Is that you calming down now? Is there sort of a more sort of mature side to Judd Trump outside of snooker?
Yeah, I've wasted a lot of money on that life. So for me, it's just not going out in London as much as what I used to. I used to sort of be out every week. Every 2 weeks now. I've been out once since my birthday in August. So now is the time for me. I'm still 26, and if you look at the ages of a lot of the top players, they're sort of still 35, 40. So I feel like I've got a lot of time left in the game, but I want to sort of get all my achievements out of the way so I can relax from 30 onwards, rather than trying to win the world later on in life.
Is there someone that has a bit more of a sort of calming influence on you?
Not really. I think I go through spells. I think the defeat to Wembo in the last tournament really sunk in. I'm just not practicing hard enough. I think a lot of the other players are sort of overtaking me, and I just feel like I've got it into my head that everyone's working much harder than I am. So I went away after that, and I've decided just to practice every single day, even if it's only for an hour or two, but even over Christmas, no days off, and just to get my mindset that if I know I'm working harder than everyone else. Yeah. So when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, that I've got that confidence that I've worked harder than you, I deserve this more. And
what about the naughty snooker? It's still going to be there?
It's always going to be there. At the end of the frames, I really enjoy just sort of having a whack. I know that I watch a lot of snooker recently on TV, and I just think sometimes it can be a little bit slow at times. So it's just for the crowd to just shout out and get involved, and just I know when I'm going for this, the crowd start to get a little bit of excitement. So that brings me on as well.
Yeah. Well, the very best of luck.
Thank you.